Hello all, Serious Liz here with a new series. Short series probably, we're gonna call Cavorting Around, where we take our Corvette Expedition, save Expedition 19, and we take it through some other stuff and things, main missions, freighter battles, etc., etc., trying stuff with a Corvette as our main ship. So I have just gone and finished the Breach Expedition, Expedition 20. I'm landed back in the anomaly. I've done all of the milestones and phases. They're all complete. You can check in here. Complete, 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 complete. Final phase complete. So I probably have a decent amount of stuff to carry home, more than will fit in our storage over here. So I'm going to show you guys something I saw Zane do, and technically I've known that you could do this since they first gave us the Expedition terminal here and let us take existing saves into it. I remember playing around with this back when we first got it, but either in Expedition 19 or 20, recently it has changed and it looks totally different. It used to be when you're done an expedition, there would be two buttons here, end or leave, I think they used to say. And if you want to leave your expedition, we can fill this up with as much stuff as we want. All of these parts that are hard to get in and out because you can't fit them all, we can get everything in this expedition out. We just need to take a couple trips back and forth. Specifically because I didn't gather too much stuff on this save. And after we get out, we're going to do some ship copying, because I took my fancy new Corvette that I built just for this save into the expedition. I built it between Expedition 19 and 20, and then I took it into 20. Alright, is there anything up here I want to take? Yeah, lots of free nanites I'm going to take home. Again, we just got to fill this up. Oh, I never used my heat protection. Good, that's 1,000 nanites almost. Now, some of this stuff, when you exit the expedition, will just get converted to nanites, and you don't need to sell this, but not everything is a direct one-to-one. Just because I can sell these for nanites doesn't mean when the expedition ends that they get converted to nanites. They might get converted to units, and I don't want to mess around with that. I just want to make sure I get what I get. Alright, that's good enough. We're taking multiple trips. Doesn't matter what we grab. Let's just take everything. It might take us 3 trips. There we go. That's how we do it. We fill up this. We do not click on that. We back out of here. And instead, we go to our options and we go return to primary save. They moved it into the menu of all places. It's really weird, but let's give it a try. Your game was last saved 11 seconds ago. Are you sure you wish to return your primary save location? You can return to the expedition at any time from the expedition terminal on the space anomaly. Great. No problemo. So we're going to go over, we're already on the anomaly. That's where our save was. Got to walk all the way back to the terminal to grab our stuff. And because we're outside the expedition and this save doesn't have a freighter yet, we're going to have some problems with storage. So let's check my inventory. The Starship has plenty of inventory space. That's great. My inventory, not so much. But that's one of the reasons I went into the expedition, to get more of these modules for me. Alright, I'm going to send everything to the Starship, but I don't have a quick hotkey for that, so I gotta click it all. Everything that isn't a ship part, because it's a little bit faster to transfer ship parts from the main inventory to the Corvette storage inventory. There we go. Now, we just need to make a save. I don't know if I need to go all the way back to my ship for that or not. We'll take a peek at the ship in a little bit. pretty happy with how it looks, but we're not here for the looks today. We're here to exit an expedition. Oops, sorry, microphone. Just in case we didn't get a save just by resuming the expedition. I want to make sure that inventory is emptied so we can add more stuff to it. And back we go, back into the expedition. In theory, we should appear on the anomaly. We might be over at our Corvette though. Yeah. Let's check our inventory. Yeah, there's the bones. I want to bring these home. I can't craft these outside the expedition. Can I make any more? No. And they do work outside the expedition, but you won't get... Okay, yeah, I know. Thank you, game. Every time we log back into this expedition, we're going to get that warning that we've completed it. And we're supposed to leave. Okay, not end expedition. Ooh, more ship parts. Okay. Get them in first, actually. Now, we also got the blueprints for these new ones, but why not get some free ones, especially since these things take like pugnium and weird stuff to build. Radiant shards, I think, for some. Ooh, sorry, knock at the door. Where was I? Putting stuff in the inventory. Ship parts, ship parts. Ship parts. If I had organized my inventory, it still wouldn't be in order here, so it's not a big deal. Basic resources we'll save to last. This is unique stuff. I'm going to take that out. Bones are worth money. I think we'll just let them convert at the end so we don't have to do multiple trips out of here. Is there anything else I want to grab? Let's look for some actual valuable stuff then. Like I said, these, and they don't stack even though they say... Oops, there's a ship part. Even though they say 1 of 1. I mean, that should be your clue. 1 of 1. Where'd those things go? There they are. See? Doesn't stack. But if I take... Well, maybe I will do one more trip. Because there's a lot of stuff I want to get out of here. Like all of these things. Where are the purple ones? Those are the important ones for this character. Exosuit expansion slots. Okay. And these are all worth decent amounts of nanite suit prepackaged stuff. If it's been installed and uninstalled, it's not. But if it's prepackaged, it's pretty valuable usually. Okay, we won't do that. Last say 5 seconds ago, that's when we put our stuff in, so that sounds good to me. Nice to have good jetpacks when you're outside the expedition again. Oh, already out of slots in the suit, huh? Okay, some parts gotta go in the ship. That's why we're bringing these home. We got 13 of those during the expedition that we didn't need to use, so I didn't. We're going to run out of slots on the Starship pretty soon, even though it's got the max number of slots. Okay, there we go. And let's check. It might let's say 1800. That's right now. That is right this second. So we just made a save. We don't need to run to our ship. And if I'm wrong, when we get back to our terminal there, what we'll do is we're just going to do one more. If we didn't get to keep all the stuff we just took out, we'll just do one more anyway. I want to get to copying the Corvette. Thank you. We made it all the way to the Nexus before we got the warning this time. Should be empty. Yes. Okay, do we have anything else? Yeah, may as well. It's only 50 or 60 nanites, but we'll take a green one. Alright, let's see. These are sort of rare. Yeah, fuel is useful. Repair kits are useful. There's the storage augmentations. Fuel and fuel. Can always use a wiring loom. Don't know why those weren't stacked. Oh, those are rare, but I can get that anytime I want by doing the living ship mission. Storm crystals are valuable. Oxygen, gotta harvest that these days. I'll take it. I'm gonna take as many resources as I can, actually. This is a new save. I started this save with Expedition 19, so it doesn't have a lot yet. It doesn't have a freighter, even. We're going to be working on that next week if there's not a new expedition to run. And afterwards, if there is a new expedition to run. It's not very many. This is worth some money. I'll take that out. Again, I don't know what it gets converted into. That's worth even more money, so I'll definitely take that. And these are cookies, can be worth some money, and they're useful to eat, but I don't need them. I actually think the radiant shards are probably a better... They stack up to 20 in here, but not in your inventory. And, you know, that's good enough. The tritium might be good, but I'll take the hyperclusters. You sometimes need raw hyperclusters to install some tech. So let's end our expedition, and let's get a count of what we've got here. Systems visited. So here you can see which things are worth nanites and which aren't. Planets are worth nanites. Discoveries are worth nanites. Starships found are worth nanites. Words are worth nanites. I should have learned more words this expedition. Companions adopted are worth 200 each. Ooh, that's an interesting way to make some nanites. No, we only start with 2 slots. We can only get up to 400 nanites that way. Hello, though. Killing biological horrors gives nanites. And doubly so, because the eggs you can get while doing that also give nanites, which are worth nanites, shockingly. And there's our rewards, and we're done. I wasn't a fan of Breach at first, but it got so much faster once I ran through it once and learned what to do. Okay, so we have some work to do before we go and copy our starship out, but we do have to go to the terminal one last time to grab all that junk and stuff. So now we should not have the resume expedition button here in the terminal, but all our stuff should be there. That's right, a new journey will begin soon, apparently very soon. We shall see. Some of these I might be able to fit in my inventory if I have some of it there already. See, carbon shows 1 slot. Chromatic metal, no. Oxygen, no. I took these from my inventory, so it's also likely that I took all of it. There we go, and we can't copy the ship yet, and you know why? Because it's the ship that I'm using. You see, copy the Asp. That's also my ship, the Asp. Can't get too good of a look at it here, but we'll go take a look at it in space, because we got to fly to the space station now. and destroy the ship. Yeah, we got to sell it, trade it in for a junk ship, scrap that ship, and then come back here and get our ship. But don't worry, it should be the same, the exact ship, all the same modules, all the stuff installed, in theory. And that's what we're going to test today. So this ship is a Corvette where I decided to test the Infra-Knife. You can see we can't get rid of our photon cannon, but check out our Infra-Knife. It's almost like a red phase beam. Like the sound is cutting out. That's how fast it fires. It does insane damage as well. It does probably even more damage than the phase beam on a Corvette, and it's longer range, but it doesn't seem to hit its target every time. Like the phase beam, as soon as it crosses the lock-on threshold, it locks onto a target, and 1 second takes off the shield, and a second destroys the ship. With the Infra-Knife, you have to aim a little bit better, and you have to actually hit your target. It's not instantaneous beam weapon, it's a projectile weapon. So there's some downsides. I think phase beam might be the best weapon still. We need some ships to land. There we go. A nice, good S-class would be nice. No? Because then we can get some extra nanites. So before we buy this guy's ship or trade ours in, oh, there's a shuttle. C-class as well, never mind. We got to go into our ship, and we're going to need some inventory room. So what we're going to do, we'll just let these ships fly in and out. In the back of the ship here, we have cargo, 2 of them. So standing in your ship's area, oops, you can go into your inventory, and you can put stuff into storage containers. So we're going to do that with basically my entire inventory. Oh, except for the ship parts. Clear some space over here. Alright, so X. Boom. Okay, and if we go to our Corvette, we have to do it this way. Any other parts we will have to find later. We also want to put these parts from our ship into our storage, so we have to empty our storage out first. Main inventory, there we go. Maybe what I actually would like to do while we're here is gain 13 more inventory slots too. But I can do that between episodes. I actually don't need bullets at all. I use a neutron cannon. Leftover rewards here from Expedition 19. In fact, orbital uplinks I can just craft on this save, and that's the whole reason I made this save. Orbital uplink, 30 chromatic metal. Nice and easy. I'll keep it though. Actually, yeah, I'll keep it. It's an emergency item. Alright, scooch over to the ship. Put everything in our inventory. Oh, it is letting me now. Oh, okay. I'll just put it straight in the storage container then. I might not have been close enough to the ship before. If we want to keep this stuff, this storage container inventory, even though it's in your ship, same as the one in your freighter, same as the one on a ground base, same as the one on somebody else's ground base, That's your inventory. It's a part of your character. It's not part of the ship. It is not part of the freighter. It's part of you. And you just need access on a ship or a freighter or a base to have access to that inventory, which is a part of you, the character. So that inventory will stay even when I scrap or trade or sell this ship. It's fine. I do wish there was a bit of a faster way to do this. In fact, I do know slightly faster way to do some of this. That one I want to keep. We're going to skip the modules because that's the fast thing to do. And the things we want to sell as well. Perfect. All right. Hello, sir. Multi-tool guy. Would you like to buy some ship stuff? I think it's for a ship. Shield. I don't need that. Oh, I definitely want to keep that one though. Scanner. I don't need. Prepackaged scatterbuster. See, these prepackaged ones are worth 500 each. A-class, that's good enough for me. Where is the pilot? Trader, would you like to trade for some stuff? Offer to trade first. We're gonna go to ship inventory. Sell. 1 million, 2 million. Bada bing, bada boom. Buy, I don't want anything from you. We're gonna take one last look at our ship. Oh, here's something we need to do. That's my good one. I'm going to keep that. That's my good one. I'm going to keep that. That's not an X-class module at all. There it is. I'm going to keep that. Photonics cores around here somewhere. I'm going to keep that. Rare tech. Anything else? I could take my other X-classes. They're pretty good. They're pretty good. They would help a lot. But I already have some in my other ship that we're going to get when we copy this guy. Okay. And they went into my inventory? Yes. Good. So now we need to make an offer on their ship. It's a nice A-class. We're going to negotiate. We're going to trade our amazing ship with full stats in. It's worth 41 million units. Here you go, sir. Goodbye. Risky. Gamble. Well, it's not a risky. It's not risky at all. I've done this before. It works just fine. But it feels risky. All right, begin salvage analysis. We're going to get 7 million for that A-class. We're going to get a couple A-class modules. We're going to sell to this guy as well. Yeah, I'm back with more Starship modules, buddy. Would you like them? Actually, I think the last stuff I sold to him were mostly multi-tool upgrades. Okay, I don't want to sell. See, it's only worth 19. That's how you can tell it's something that I've removed. This is from a derelict freighter. I want to keep that. Pulse engine I don't need. The rest of the stuff I want to keep. There we go. And the stuff we got for scrapping the ship is spool of cables and recycled circuitry and indium scraps. And that's it. Okay. Now we don't have a Corvette, so we're stuck with the Starborn runner that we stole the photonics core from. And then we just need to hop over, whoop, freighter's over there, to the anomaly. And pay some of our nanites to copy that ship out. I think it's going to cost 2,800 nanites to copy your ship out. And I'm just going to check because this save was having things set to free for Corvette building. So I had access to the parts. Just make sure that we're paying our fair share here. So go to your difficulty settings, slide down one category, and no, we are not paying fair share. So I haven't ended up paying for anything yet, but we're going to pay for stuff now. Apply difficulty changes. Thank you. Because in theory, it wouldn't cost me any nanites to copy the ship out if I just set that first category to free. Copy the ASP. S-Class, it does not show the upgrade modules that are installed here. It only shows installable upgrade modules, not items. But don't worry about it, they are there. Your stuff's going to be all messed up when you do this, though. Okay, so we've got our ASP back. Let's check it out. Yeah, everything is messed up because it should have much better stats. Yeah, everything's in the wrong spots, but that's fine. It's all there. So that's basically it. Now, I'm going to do this between episodes one more time so that we can get like really good stats on our X-Class modules. So I can get 3 copies of this 310 light year one, for example. I'm going to get 3 copies of this 15% fire rate one. You can see still have pretty good damage because we've got all the modules in there, but the adjacency bonuses and supercharged slots are really where the stats shine here. Let's get a peek at our ship before we go today. Very happy with the layout here. Very happy. Whoa, buddy. Where'd that guy go? He was in a hurry. Okay, let's see. Do we want to do some combat before we go today? It's a lot of work to sort this thing out is the issue, and I'm just going to scrap it again anyway because I want a couple more of these parts, but let's do it real quick like. Oh yeah, expand the tech. That'll help. I think I only have 2 cargoes. Okay, hyperdrives go over here. Should be, yeah, another one of these. Hyperdrive, that's a shield. These are also shields, but they go over here. Uh, 70,000? 72,000, yes, that's correct. Shield. Hyperdrive. Shield. I am missing that and that. There we go, almost 4,000 maneuverability. Things are coming up, Millhouse. Everything's looking good. That was not as hard as I thought, and I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, so let's go. I put everything away in storage. We would have to start a fight. Do we want to start a fight? Here they come.
Hostile scan detected.
Behind us? Where are they? I don't see any, I hear it. So we're not going to finish this fight all the way to the freighter. We're just going to showcase that it does indeed miss, it doesn't lock on as much, but it's equally as powerful. You can see how fast it takes those ships out. Oh, hey, we're in a normal battle. Maybe we will do this all the way. We'll go some extra time here today. Normally, when you shoot a space station, like 12 of them pop out at once. That guy's dead before he got out. That is something the phase beam is not good at. The phase beam cannot lock onto stuff before it gets out of its warp. But we'll do it again. Okay, down here. So just hold down the fire button. You can see the range on this thing. It's phenomenal. And you see how the cursor cuts over like that? I don't want to hit the stuff behind you. I mean, I shot the space station to get these guys out, so I guess it doesn't matter too much. There we go. Got that one. Oh, there's another one. Who? I thought I got them all. Yeah, maybe not quite as powerful as the phase beam, but it's a weapon that I definitely appreciate more than the phase beam. Well, let's take out a Dreadnought because I want to see how fast it is. Nope, nope, lock on. I got his shields back, oh well. Yeah, see, we were shooting right at him, and our shots just went sort of through him, whereas the phase beam would have instantly sort of vaporized him as soon as his shields came off. Well, shoot him in the engines and that happens here. Oh, we're losing our shields too, aren't we? And I don't have any sodium even, so we should be careful here. Come on. Yeah, phase beam was a lot easier. But this final wave should be okay if we don't blow up by being shot. Because we can just fly in and take that guy's shields out real quick and then take him out from far away. Shields. See, it's way faster at taking out one of these than the phase beam was, and we can take it out from way back here if we want. See how fast that destroyed? Yeah, that was a lot faster than the phase beams.
Hostile ships defeated.
There we go. There's our new Corvette, and we're gonna go cavorting around in it, doing some stuff like freighter battles like that. Looks like I need to get some shield batteries on this thing though. All right, that's it for today, everybody. Until next time, have a good time.